for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee with Scream.
You may hear Hilo in the background. He may scream because it was 4 weeks ago that we had the his injection. It's a steroid. He has to take a steroid every 6 weeks for the stomatitis.
He does.
And so, for whatever reason, this one has not worked as well as they have in the past. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I don't know if he's getting immune to it.
I hope not.
Or, yeah, I hope not either.
But what it is, the stomatitis in cats, it's almost like having canker sores.
Yeah, in the whole mouth.
Yeah, and everybody's, if you've never had a canker sore, then God
suck.
love you.
They suck.
They do, and it's like anything that any kind of food or whatever, it burns, it hurts.
Yeah, especially ketchup. Ketchup is a worst enemy for canker sores.
It's acidic.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes on that. But I'd even tried before plain yogurt. Now, it's been a while since we had given him the plain yogurt.
Yeah. But honestly, yogurt is really good for canker sores. It helps a lot.
It does. And we did discuss this with the vet, and she's like, sure, in small amounts, because you can't give cats large amounts of dairy or it screws their bellies up.
Yeah, it gives them diarrhea.
I was trying to prove that. I actually was not going to be that blunt. See, I get accused of being tactless, and it's like the few times that I try to have tact, what does kid do? He blurts it out. He blurts it out.
It's in my genetics.
It is. It certainly is. Oh, my goodness. But it's like, it has been such a chaotic week. But now, I will tell you, I was blessed today. I have to have every 3 months go check up and have A1C done and all this bunch of stuff. And the healthcare provider that I have now is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He is a nurse practitioner, and I would just as soon see one of those. Most of the time, they're more knowledgeable than a doctor.
Why is that?
Because they try harder. Yeah. I really think they do. And they don't have the arrogance as a lot of doctors do.
No.
But he is such an humble young man. He's 33 years old, and he is just wondrous. He sits and talks with you. He listens.
That's what a doctor's actually supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And the nurse that he had today, she also was wonderful. She had just recently been hired in. And it was funny because the week that I've been having, and they understood because she was a Libra and he's a Virgo.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just me.
Nope, it's not. It is certainly not. And it's like, oh, shit.
Oh. And it's like, especially when I was explaining about the stupid, and he's like, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I get it. I get it.
But it is, after years of not feeling heard or seen.
Mm-hmm. But he actually hears you. He sees you.
Yes. He's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them, it's like, if you need anything or whatever, just, and I said, only thing I ask is if I ever come to heart, just say a prayer for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was wonderful. And then as far as going and getting the rest of the things that I need, the grocery store.
The grocery store.
The prices. My God.
Only for a few items, $100 and some bucks.
Uh-huh. And that was to finish up what I needed to fix for family Sunday dinner.
Yeah, but that place tends to be more expensive anyway.
It really does, because they can.
There's no sense in it.
It's despicable.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to rob us.
Well, it's one of those things that's, we got what we needed, and my plan is to put on, after we finish recording, put on pajamas, and I'm just going to live there for the next couple of days. And while I'm living,
that sounds like a good
in
plan.
the pajamas, I did find some of the coolest little pajamas at the Wall of Mart.
Was that the ones that you were wearing last night?
I
was like, you look really cute in that.
Skeleton hand holding coffee cup.
Yes.
And then it's got the little skeleton. It's like the little peace sign and making the little heart sign and the other little cups of coffee. And it's like, yeah. And it was like, that was just made for me.
Yes.
And it's not totally black.
No.
It has purple.
Yeah.
So I do branch out.
And it's a good shade of purple.
Yeah. And this time of year, as far as different colors of purple with that, it's chartreuse, but they call it acid green or whatever these days. Mm-hmm. I love those colors together.
They look really good together. Mm-hmm. Also, the green.
Yeah.
I have found out it. You're right. It is chartreuse, and for some reason, people do say like acid green, but it's also like a toxic green.
Oh,
some
God.
people say that, or like a neon, like a acid neon.
Because there's people that's trying to complicate a damn ice cube these days.
Right. Right.
But we are beginning to get autumn flowers and stuff in the area.
Yeah.
There is I always heard it called ironweed. Ironweed. And it is a very tall plant, like probably maybe 5-6 feet tall that it can get. Has these very deep purple blooms. Mm-hmm. I need to take a video and so we can show everybody that.
Yeah.
And there's other sort of daisy looking things, but they're yellow. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I noticed yesterday that the goldenrod is in bloom. That helps with the allergies so much.
Doesn't it though?
It is a beautiful plant, but for some of us, it is just.
It makes your sinuses swell up.
It makes everything swell up.
Your whole face will be puffy from all the coughing and the sneezing and the wheezing. It will be that squeaky wheeze.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like I usually take 2 different types of allergy medicines, and we still have allergies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
and it's not good.
That, the colors are beautiful, and where you do have that, it's a very deep yellow, and with the purple and stuff, and the little field in front of my mother's, just gorgeous when those things come out. So hopefully soon we can do maybe some road trip type things.
Yeah. When
the leaves start to change, and I have plans. And we had actually gone to TJ Maxx the other day and did get... We got a few things.
There's some cute stuff there.
Yeah, we had Omega with us, so we didn't do our normal video thing. Hopefully we'll get to go back in a week or so.
Hello Kitty stuff was there, and you were about to...
I was having
a stroke out. It's like, I'm about to bash someone over the head.
They had this one, oh God, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was so bad. It wasn't even, it was this pale pastel thing, and that they had stuck a little jack-o'-lantern on top of it, and it was also pale, and it was just perched there, and I'm like, I wonder if they would get me if I sort of kind of accidentally on purpose dropped this off the shelf. I didn't, but I thought it.
Yeah. That has happened, though. Like, what do they do when someone accidentally
They can't do
something?
anything. Seriously, they're not going to do anything.
I didn't know if they forced y'all to purchase it or something.
TJ Maxx, it's the reject stuff anyhow.
Yeah.
But I did found
some really cute stuff at TJ Maxx, though.
Yeah, they had some cuter stuff than they did last year. And one of the things that I was really pleased to find was, I don't know if it's brass, it's metal.
It is.
And it is heavy. Of course, it's heavy metal.
Heavy
2 little
metal
skeletons,
noise.
And they have a pole on their shoulders, and these 3 little pots hang down from the pole. And I was thrilled with that. Yeah, they do look like little cauldrons.
Did you see the cast iron cauldron that was released?
No.
Yeah. I think Walmart has them.
Okay. I'll have to look and see on that. But we found
You
that.
can put them on the stove.
Found another one of the little Halloween gnome buddies. I love the little gnome buddies, the ones with the hats and the nose and the
That's
beards.
all that you can see is the nose and the hands and massive beard.
I do love them.
They're cute. You got a little collection going on.
I do. And it's like at Lowe's, they had some of the little air plants.
Uh-huh.
We found one that's a little astronaut. You got one that was a little, I don't know what it was. This little thing. This
little clay dude.
It
was an orange clay
was
dude.
hippie-ish, so it worked well with kids.
It's very whimsy-craft, very boho, bohemian.
And then the other
hippie.
one, instead of a pumpkin, it's a gourd-looking thing. It's green.
Yeah.
But it has the jack-o'-lantern face, and then it's got the little plant that comes out the top. And it actually, there's a switch, and you can light it, you can light that up.
Yeah. He's so cute.
It is cute. And then it's got the plant, because plant buddies.
Like the LED light in it looks good, too.
Yeah.
Like when it's glowing.
Yeah. And I did find, this is my temptation this time of year, is the coffee mugs. And it's like, I want them all. So I have to reel myself back. But I did find one. It'll take me a couple of days before I can get it to use as a mug shot. And it's orange. It's because it's got all the little pumpkins and it has little black cats in between.
Loves it.
It is so adorable. Mm-hmm. And it's like, people's like, God, she really does do the little girly thing. Yes, it just depends. I don't do the girly thing on stuff that's girly.
No, you do like the girly Halloween stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's what...
I don't know about that, but anyhow.
Well, it's still got edge to it, so...
Of course.
It's that balance, that compromise.
But we had...
It's a cute aesthetic.
It's just me. It's me.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody is trying to... I'm not part of the herd.
No.
I do not work well in groups. Never did.
Independent thinker.
Yeah. Yeah. Independent liver.
Chopped livers.
We could do that. We could do chicken livers.
Fried livers.
I took kid down one of my neurospicy pathways yesterday, and he was dizzy.
It was like, what? The train, it was literally a train of thought. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, this is how it is in my head every day, all day, and then I wonder why I'm tired.
It's that Gemini. It's like, what about this? And then it goes into this, and then that's
ADHD.
ADHD mixed with Gemini. That's
well, it's that divergent thinker. I mean, it's just that tree, and it branches, and you can see all the branches, and it just,
Tree of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tree of thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And the reality has been so overwhelming for most humans the past week.
Oh, I've just been ignoring it.
So we're going to be talking about getting you ready for the weekend, which is fantasy films.
Yes.
We love fantasy films. And some of the ones that we talk about frequently, of course, Labyrinth.
Yes. Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal is one of it. That's where the podling thing comes from.
Yes.
So if you have not seen that, go and watch that. That is amazing. David Bowie.
Sometimes if I have a glass of whatever, like a cup, and if I filled it all the way to the brim, I just stick my whole mouth in it, like basically the whole half of the face.
Like the podlings?
The Skeksis, when they just...
The Skeksis, it was such a good movie.
It really was. But that's where it's like, I'm taking my Skeksis bath right now.
God. And then you had Never Ending Story. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that through Stranger Things, that got a resurgence, because that was a very underrated movie for its time.
See, if I grew up watching it, I would have had a greater appreciation for it, but now that I'm older, just now getting into it, I'm trying to catch up.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like you and I watched it together, and it really is an amazing movie.
And so those are the ones that people a lot of times think about. And just online, you can, people's going to have, this is like everything else. It's like, this is an underrated movie that's wonderful. And you're like, what? No, it's not. One of them that is truly cool because of the stop motion skeletons, and that was the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I think that's the one that they're talking about on this.
I don't know if I've watched that.
And that was from 1958.
Not
And
seen
it is so awesome. And I have seen them talk before. It took them weeks to do the scene with the skeletons. It's amazing.
Stop motion is a very tedious
Yes, it is.
process.
But it was so good.
Yeah.
And all these years later, I mean, of course it's dated. I mean, why do people, if it's like, oh, if it was past yesterday, it's not good. No.
That's not true at
It's
all.
awesome. So if it's been a while since you watched the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, go back and do that. Clash of the Titans was in 1981. That was another one that was good.
I didn't see it.
It was good.
I bet it was. I saw clips of it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Does that count?
No. No, it does. And on this one list here, they do have Willow.
Willow!
We love Willow. And that was, I don't know what the hell happened. And I think that during that period of time, Willow was made in 88. I've got some kind of something else. I've got schmutz on my screen. I think that there were so many good movies during that period of time.
There really was.
That certain things sort of got overlooked.
Mm-hmm. Because Willow, the fact that was underrated.
Uh-huh.
People slept on that movie.
And
That was a
know.
damn good movie.
It is. It has such a wonderful message to it. And Ron Howard was the director of that.
Okay. I don't know who he is, but
Oh,
okay.
God, I love him. He was Opie. Opie. From the Andy Griffith Show. Mayberry.
Mama, I didn't watch that show.
Oh, God. Well, anyhow, it's like, now it made me feel ancient.
No, it's just I never watched it.
Such a good movie. And it's like, the whole message was positive.
Yeah.
At any time that you've got something like that that will lift you up, especially during these times of great darkness, be reminded of that.
Yeah.
That in the end, light always wins. They've got on this list The Last Unicorn. And I have this love-hate relationship with that movie. It was an animated movie from 1982. And I do have the book here. I need to sit and thoroughly read the book. Because I have not. I have meant to many times, but there's a lot of things I mean to do and never to get around to. But there are amazing lines in that that you will remember forever. Like, never run from anything supernatural. It draws their attention. But she was the last unicorn. And that the Red Bull had gathered all the others and had driven them into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And the, I was hoping that they had put, it was the Raskin people who did the animation. Very characteristic style.
Yeah, it's very distinct.
And it had Mia Farrow. It had Angela Lansbury, who Angela Lansbury was such a treasure.
Yeah.
But it also had voices of Jeff Bridges, and Mia Farrow and Jeff Bridges trying to sing was painful. It was just painful. So that's why there's a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
But it also had Christopher Lee, who did the voice of the one king.
Oh, okay.
You didn't recognize Christopher Lee?
No.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
That movie was trending on TikTok, though. The Last Unicorn.
Well, good.
And it was the part where she just got transformed into human, and she was like, why? Like,
Mm-hmm.
should have
I'm a unicorn.
Should
I
have
can feel this body
dying all around me. You should have left me to the harpy.
You should have left me, yeah. The Red Bull take me. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing story.
It's heartbreaking in a lot of ways.
In some ways it is. But it is so good. And like I said, it's one of those that some of these things, just because something is animated, and with anime, people have learned that. Earlier, people were like, oh, it's a cartoon. It's not a cartoon.
No, because that cartoon was associated with children's shows and stuff like that.
The original animated or original cartoons were not for children.
No, not at all.
And it's just one of those.
A Betty Boop was not a children's show.
There were a lot of things, and it's just people, I don't know, people are very, very strange on some of that. But it's worth watching. And then from one of the Reddit pages, just to go through here, Time Bandits. And Time Bandits I watched, but I don't remember it lots. So I do need to go back and watch that one. Beastmaster was great. There was a period of time, and this was like after Conan, which Conan is considered a fantasy film. Conan the Barbarian is awesome. That and Red Sonja, so good.
Yeah.
So you had some offshoots from that where you had different of the barbarian movies. Beastmaster would fall into that category.
That sounds like a Power Ranger thing.
Well, he had the ability as far as the animals would help him with his adventures and stuff. But it was a cool movie.
Kind of like, George of the Jungle. Which one was
No.
King
Tarzan. No,
yeah.
No, it was, like I said, no, it was a different sort of genre on that. And the second Conan movie, I liked it. That was the one that had Grace Jones in it.
It was?
Uh-huh.
How many movies was she in?
I don't know.
Because I remember she was in the vampire one, too.
I don't remember
where
that one.
She had the red wig, white face, striking.
Oh,
and it was creepy.
She is a striking-looking human being.
But her as the vampire, it was like this both exotic elegance to it, like just the way the wig was shaped. It was one of those like crimped bobs that was red, went to here, kind of made a triangle on her head.
Of course it did.
Stark white face. Mm-hmm. She could be scary in that movie.
She could be scary in real life.
But she's...
Yeah, from what I've heard, yeah. So it wasn't that far, it wasn't necessarily fiction. But in this, true. Her character in the second Conan movie, so good. And just authentic. I mean, she looked like that spear and stick or whatever she had, that dams, she could tear somebody up.
Yeah.
And again, I'd say that's probably true in real life. But she is this incredible creature.
Yeah.
She truly is.
There's no one else like her.
No.
Like, she is an icon.
Yeah. But that one was a good one. They've got Page Master. I remember kind of, sort of. I apparently was not impressed with that one. One that flew under the radar also was Legend. Legend was so good.
I don't know if
that's the one that had Tom Cruise. I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise. I'm not. But I am very much a fan of Tim Curry. And he played the devil in Legend.
I don't know that I've watched it.
Yes, you have. That's the one where the stupid girl had gone. They tricked her into, as far as touching the unicorn, and that they cut the horn off of the unicorn. And everything turned to winter.
Yeah, no, I really don't think that I've seen that movie.
I don't know. I have failed you.
No.
Because you would love that. There was this scene where the devil was trying to tempt her, and he had given her this amazing, it was this total goth scene, where this dress, this amazing black dress, was dancing. And then the next thing you know, the dress is on her.
That's cool.
It's an awesome movie.
Oh.
It is, and you had the fairies and I can't remember if they were elves or whatever it was, but they were great. So that's on the playlist for this weekend.
Yeah.
And let's see, I was trying to see some of the other ones. Reign of Fire, that was one about dragons.
I've never seen that one yet.
Now, I Am Dragon is so good.
I think I watched that with you, and it was
We
good.
have that one. That's the one. It is a Russian
Yeah. It's a damn...
The cinematography is beautiful.
It really is. It's a damn good movie. It's just gorgeous all the way around. Yeah. The story's good.
Yes. Because they still do quality stuff, and then look what we're turning out. That's just sad. Mm-hmm.
Man was a dragon.
He was. Excalibur. Excalibur is great.
I can't say what I want to say. I can't say what I want to say.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But Excalibur, and it's a long movie, but it takes you through the whole legend of King Arthur and Merlin and different things like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if that thing's about 3 hours long or something.
That's a long movie.
It is, but it is so good.
Okay.
And it's just one of those that you can just, turn the phones off and let yourself become absorbed into this. And the characters were really good. And it's interesting because the guy who, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who played Sir Lancelot also played in 13th Warrior.
I've never seen that.
He played one of them.
I need to see that movie now.
Yeah.
Sir Lancelot. I love Sir Lancelot.
Well, no, this is in the actual character of Lancelot. Not
thinking
from
Labyrinth.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I thought it was the same person that played him.
Not at all. So we need to...
What stench you speak of, thou?
Morgana.
The
had the legend of that.
The air is sweet and fragrant, and nobody passes without my permission.
No, totally different. It goes into the actual Arthurian legend, which, if you talk to people they sort of like talking to the flat earthers, sometimes they get very dogmatic about their beliefs.
God love him.
Yeah.
God love him.
Yeah. About that. Oh. Let's see what else that they had put on.
What were you saying about Morgana? Huh? What were you going to say about Morgana?
As far as, and Mordred and different things like that. There was a song that it was Mordred's Lullaby.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That is an awesome, you remember that song?
No.
Oh, God.
No.
You've heard it. See, this is why we need to go back and refresh our memories on this. One of my favorites, and even when I was in college taking art, I had drawn scenes from this movie, and that is Something Wicked This Way Comes.
I do
the
remember
autumn
some
people.
Of it. Yeah.
And that they would come around and just amazing. So if you haven't seen that, look for Something Wicked This Way Comes, and about the carnival, and that they would fulfill people's desires.
And lure them in and trick them.
But there was always a price. A high price.
Is that what is that what the Devil's Carnival was based off of? Did you ever watch that?
I don't know that I watched that one.
You
But
need to
it's,
watch
I mean,
that.
this has been a theme for millennia.
Yeah.
But that was such a good. Dragonheart. I like Dragonheart, and it's one of those that Sean Connery did the voice of the dragon.
I didn't watch that one either.
And it's just, there was something very sort of heart-wrenching about it. And it's, so, if it's one of those that I've just watched it once,
Loves it.
there was something about it that didn't sit right. Lady Hawk. Lady Hawk was so good. It was.
What was Lady Hawk? Junji Ito?
No. No, God, no.
Where she was also a time traveler and went back in time to eat the dude
No. And I didn't pull up the individual movies to tell you all the characters and stuff like that. But it's like she and her love were cursed. And that it's like she would become a hawk by day and he would become a wolf at night. Or no, he didn't. That wasn't it. She would become a hawk. It was one of those. No, I think he did become a wolf. To where they could never touch. Yeah.
That's horrible.
She would take care of him during the time that he was transformed, and then she would take, and then they would reverse the roles on that. It's incredible, though. The story is so good. It does have a happy ending, as far as I remember.
Did the curse get broke?
It does have a happy ending, as far as I know.
Okay.
But that was something. This is fun for me to go back, and I'm going, oh my God, it's been years since I watched this.
Yeah, and
years since I watched this.
It gives me a list of movies to watch as well.
Some of the ones that they're mentioned is like something I will watch frequently, like The 13th Warrior.
Yeah.
That movie is that important to me. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
I thought you were about to say The Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
No. That is so important for today's world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the whole thing was psyop. But it had some of the folks that were in Monty Python.
Uh-huh.
And so it's good. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. And that's all that they've got on their list, and that's perfectly fine because we have a tendency to overstay our welcome when we start talking on things like this. But prepare yourself, take yourself out of this reality and visit another reality just for a while this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Go into a fantasy realm.
Mm-hmm. Let us know yours, the ones that you like. That it can be something obscure. Crawl was one that was mentioned on one of the other things.
And I fucking called it Crawler.
And it's like, yes, I said the sequel was called Bear Claw. The trilogy, which was Donut Holes.
What is a crawler? What is a crawler?
Crawl was awesome in its time.
But what is a crawler?
A crawler is a pastry.
Oh.
It's a pastry.
Oh. I didn't know. I
tried. It's like an apple fritter. A crawler is just a different type of thing. Apple fritters are good too. Oh, God.
Does McDonald's still sell apple fritters?
I don't think. I haven't been to McDonald's in ages. Are you kidding?
I know. We haven't been there in ages. I don't really want to support
because
them.
I refuse to play their game.
Yeah. I want to support them. But their fries are good.
I would much rather do our own stuff. I really would.
Yeah, your stuff is better.
Well, I mean, if you want a Big Mac, to throw an extra piece of bun in there and put some Thousand Island dressing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's Thousand Island dressing with a little bit of mayo.
Yeah.
That's the secret sauce. There you go. We've exposed the secret. Final thoughts, kid.
We'll go enjoy some movies, butter up some popcorn.
Uh-huh. Get you some... and I know in some places it's supposed to be really hot again.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to get rain.
Yeah.
And with the rain, I could
pain.
tell it yesterday. Yeah, because it triggers the fibromyalgia horribly. So it's a matter of alternating ibuprofen and acetaminophen.
God love you.
Well, it just is.
I hate that you had to deal with it, though.
Honey, I've dealt with it. I don't know what it's like to be without it.
I know, and I hate that.
Well, God's got a reason for all things, even that. I don't argue with him about it. It's like, Lord, to contract chickenpox when I was during finals, when I was a senior in nursing.
Yeah.
I'm a thoroughly educated idiot. And it's not just me. There's millions out there who have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, whatever they're calling it, ME, which is something I can't. It means your brain gets inflamed. That's all it is. It's inflammation.
That's what big brain is. It's just a swole brain.
No, it's different. The big brain, they can actually function.
Small brain gang. Small brain gang. It's different than smooth brain gang. Smooth brain gang is just pure stupidity. I'm part of that club too.
The peanut heads.
Yeah, the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Peanut brains.
So,
remember that episode of Jimmy Neutron where they went into Carl's brain and it was literally the size of a walnut?
I can see that. I can see that.
For me?
No, but that was about the croissants.
Yeah. You gonna finish? Any questions? Yes. You gonna finish that croissant? And he tosses it at him, and he eats it.
The memes that have come about the croissant have been incredible. It has inspired many.
That one AI cover, God.
Don't
Carl Weezer.
It was crazy. They've been doing some wonderful things with the AI, just to have fun with something. Not everything has to be a matter of life or death. The sky does not always have to be falling.
No.
And if it is, what are you going to do about it?
I mean, there's nothing you can do. Just enjoy the moment that you're in at the moment.
Exactly.
Be grateful to God that you're okay in that moment.
Absolutely. You know, and you never know when you're going to inspire somebody else to do something or just be kind to somebody. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And that includes self.
Mm-hmm.
I forget about that one. I have problems with that one. It's okay. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, please do share your favorite fantasy movies in the comment section there, because somebody else may sit there and go, oh yeah, I've not watched that in 20 years. I need to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can always send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and it's there in the description box.
Mm-hmm. And if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, share. Also, check her out on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube if you are not already viewing us on one of those platforms. Orlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Orlanda, COCWS.
Yeah. I'm on there more than I realize. I just go through liking everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Usually.
You post you post good shit.
Well, it's a matter of reposting stuff. Every now and then I'll ask questions, and it's like, what?
Bogos Pinted?
What? I respond to other people's stuff, too, sometimes.
Going, what?
I ask questions.
No, that's what I was... You answer... You ask questions, and one of the questions... What?
Sometimes there's quite a bit of that. Anyhow, know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.